Two cities, both massive, both obsessed with food, art, late nights, and the particular pleasure of sitting somewhere beautiful and not moving for a long time. Mexico City and BWEH knows IRES attract a very specific kind of traveler, someone who is not looking for a beach or a resort, someone who wants a city to pull them in and not let go for a week. The question is, which city does that better and for whom? Here is the honest breakdown. Cost first, and right now there is a fairly clear answer for most travelers. Mexico City is widely regarded as one of the most extraordinary value propositions among major world capitals. A rental in ROH Mahnorte or Condesa runs somewhere around $60 to $90 a night by most recent estimates. A street taco costs less than $1. A full dinner with mezcal at a genuinely excellent restaurant tends to land around $20 to $30 a person. Buenos Aires was once widely considered the value champion of South America, and that reputation was earned, but the peso situation has made the math genuinely complicated in recent years. Exchange rates fluctuate significantly, and estimates of the real cost of a trip depend heavily on conditions at the time of travel. At favorable rates, it can be extraordinarily affordable. At others, the gap with Mexico City narrows considerably. For anyone who wants a budget they can actually plan around with confidence, most travelers find Mexico City the more reliable answer right now. Food. Mexico City's food scene is widely regarded as belonging in the same conversation as Tokyo, Paris, and New York, and most visitors say they did not fully appreciate that until they arrived. It is not just tacos. Though most people would argue the tacos alone justify the flight. It is regional cuisines from across the entire country converging in a single place. Oaxacan moles, seafood traditions from Veracruz, the markets, Mercado de Jamaica and La Merced, are entire worlds unto themselves in most visitors' experience. Buenos Aires counters with what it is widely celebrated for, steak at a parrilla that most beef lovers consider a benchmark. Empanadas, fresh from a neighborhood bakery. Dulce de leche on everything. It is deeply satisfying food by any measure. But in most culinary travelers' view, the range and depth of what Mexico City is doing puts it in a category that is genuinely hard to match. Culture, art, and neighborhoods, both cities are extraordinary, and it is worth saying that plainly before trying to separate them. Mexico City has the Museo Nacional de Antropología, widely considered among the greatest museums on Earth. The murals of Didier y Igo Rivera, Frida Kahlo's Blue House in Coyoacán, the ruins of Tenochtitlan sitting underneath a living modern city. Buenos Aires counters with the tango culture that spills onto street corners on weekends, the elegance of Recoleta, the color of La Boca, the sprawling creative energy of Palermo. Most experienced travelers would say this category cannot honestly be separated. Both cities reward slow, curious visitors for as long as they are willing to stay. Safety. Both cities are popular with international travelers, though, as with most major urban destinations, awareness and preparation matter. Most travel advisories suggest sticking to well-trafficked neighborhoods in both cities and using app-based transport rather than hailing rides on the street. In Mexico City, areas like Roma, Condesa, Polanco, and Coyoacán are widely regarded as more straightforward for visitors. In Buenos Aires, distraction theft in crowded areas is commonly reported as the main thing to watch for. Always check the latest travel advisories from official government sources before departing, as conditions can change. Neither city should be avoided. Most travelers have completely uneventful experiences in both. Nightlife. Buenos Aires is widely regarded as one of the great nightlife cities in the world. Dinner at 10 at night is genuinely normal there. Clubs open at 2 in the morning, and most dance floors do not fill until 4. The Milonga tango halls run until the city gets light. The bar scene in Palermo is considered world-class by most who experience it. Mexico City's mezcal bar scene in Arrochma Norte is genuinely excellent and widely praised. But most travelers who have done both would argue Buenos Aires operates on a schedule that treats nightlife as culture rather than entertainment, and that difference is felt from the first night. Getting there. For travelers coming from North America, Mexico City tends to win on pure logistics. Direct flights from most major cities typically run under 5 hours, and fares are generally considered more accessible. Buenos Aires is roughly a 12 to 14-hour journey from North America and typically costs more to reach. From Europe, Buenos Aires is more competitive with direct routes from several major hubs. The distance is real and worth factoring into the overall trip budget. Always verify visa and entry requirements on the official government website before booking, as these can change without much notice. Verdict. In most experienced travelers' view, Mexico City suits food obsessives, culture seekers, first-time visitors to Latin America, and anyone coming from North America who wants the highest return on time and money. It is widely regarded as one of the most underrated cities in the world, and most visitors say it exceeded their expectations. Buenos Aires tends to suit the traveler who wants Europe reflected back through South America. The architecture, the wine, the steak, the nightlife culture that says this city was built for pleasure and sees no reason to rush. Both are extraordinary by almost any measure. The only wrong answer is waiting another year to go. Hit subscribe and the next one lands on the feed next Tuesday.